morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning. Yesterday was good and bad. I got some stuff done in the car. The bad portion is, for some reason, all the content that I got yesterday, either the SD card got corrupted, something happened and I lost everything that I fucking got yesterday. I am so furious. It was such good stuff. So I'm sorry, I gotta figure something out. So I guess I'm just gonna start from my phone. It's just a little bit easier, everything's there. I don't have to worry about an SD card. And I'm gonna look into other options, maybe an actual vlog camera or something where I don't run into those issues anymore. So I'm gonna basically just give you guys a rundown of what I did. I didn't get too crazy far in the car, just basic things. I mean, you guys already know, I'm sure, how to do this stuff that's already done in the car. Brake master cylinder and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys right now. Sorry for such a mess. It was kind of chaos yesterday. We picked up a new car, got dropped off late last night. Really clean car. But this is where the car is right now. The interior was more together yesterday. The guys went and removed all the rear plastics, headliner. We got some stuff we're gonna do there. As far as rear stuff, struts are on, lower control arms, function 7, the brace in the middle, fuel tank, fuel lines, brake lines, front spindles are on. So with the brake lines, I sat here for, not even lying, probably a solid 3 hours, trying to figure out where I'm gonna put the proportioning valve, how we're gonna run the lines, and it just, nothing looked clean, and we don't wanna run the stuff inside the car. So we went ahead and we cleaned everything up, all the brake lines, all the fittings, painted the prop valve, booster and master are in, clutch master's in, S2000 style. And this is pretty much where the car is. It sucks that I don't have all of yesterday's content. It was probably the best content I've had yet. I don't know, I guess I have bad luck. I don't know what it is. Like, the YouTube gods don't want me in YouTube or something. But I'm not gonna give up. Shit happens in life. All right, so I wanna show you guys like the little details, the extra mile that I go. This bracket looks brand new, right? It's actually old and it looked like ass. I'll show you guys the steps that I take. Some of you may know from my Instagram. Same thing with like these bolts. These bolts, they all look brand new, right? I promise you they're not. Also like subframe, they look new. I'll show you guys the process that I do. It's really easy and cheap, because I'm telling you right now, buying brand new hardware from the dealer. When we built the black motor car, Sonic's motor car, Ahmed's white motor car, we did like 3 or 4 cars at once. And all the bolts on these cars are brand new from Honda. And let me tell you guys, it's insane the amount of money you can spend on. I think we spent $3 grand on hardware to maybe $3,500 for each car. That's crazy. So yeah, we're not doing that. So I'll show you guys a little bit later when I have to clean up some more hardware, the steps. But look how clean this looks. I'm really happy with how it came out. Still got tons of work to go. So, yeah. Oh, and also, we made one change. We have the wheels. We have the bronze valve cover. Like I said, sorry for the mess. We're also gonna coat that to match. I can't wait. That's gonna set the car off really nice. Look at all these engines over here. This is crazy. These are all projects we have going on. What's gonna happen is they're all gonna pile in at once. I think one is getting picked up, the EM1 I believe is getting picked up today at some point. That's a full build car that we're doing, full paint in and out. We also have the white hatchback. That should be done any day now. It's over at Mayhem, he's painting it for us. This car is clean. I don't know the specs on the motor. It's not a stock motor. I think it's got piston rods, springs, basic setup, but this thing is crazy. It was funny, the second it got dropped off, not even 1 second after the guy left, we pulled the seats out because I think we're gonna put them in there. So I guess we'll see when we get to that point, but these seats are fucking fresh. Look at that. We were gonna put those in, but I don't know. It's like the way the build is going, and you just have those seats in here. Nah, that ain't it. This car is. I'll pull the wheels off so you guys can see the front suspension a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna try to throw up the exhaust real quick. I'm gonna sneak it in. I'm gonna actually drop this control arm just to make it a little bit easier, because otherwise then I have to disassemble the exhaust, which I really don't want to do. So I'm gonna put this up, and then I can go ahead and start doing the trailing arms. But I'm here early, I'm here alone. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. I use a strap. Never leave home without the strap. This thing is like your best friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hook it into where the toe adjuster bolts go. And that's gonna support the exhaust. Let me grab the exhaust real quick. Just slide it through. Get that, huh? And it's like somebody's holding it. Probably still gonna fight with it. Oh. See? Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot like me. I didn't even drop the fucking arm yet. See? Feels like a Monday. Alright. It's back. I throw it up in there. Easy peasy. This bedline makes these hangers slide on a lot easier. It's crazy. Alright. So that's pretty much it for the exhaust. When you're not an idiot, it goes a lot quicker. Don't forget to drop your control arm. Don't be like me. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys the process to clean up the bolts. I got the rear trailing arm hardware here. Thank God, like, these bolts aren't too bad. This car is from down south. It's from Florida. It's just more dirty than anything, but this still works on bolts that are like this. They'll bring them back to life. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up. It's just a bench grinder with a wire wheel on it. Just be careful you don't get your fingers caught in there. But watch how quick and easy this is. All right, so here's a little side-by-side action. You guys can see. I'm all for this. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of elbow grease, but to save a few $100 or $1,000, I'm with this. All right, so I'm getting ready to install the trailing arms. I do a little prep work on it. Because we did bed lining, I like to clean out these threads for the upper camber kit, the 214s. Some of you may know, some of maybe you don't. For some reason, these bolts don't like to go in. You could take them out fine, and then you go to put them in, and they strip or they cross thread, whatever. So I go an extra step here. I always just run a tap through it. This is just, I think it's a 10 by 125, just to clean out any debris or dirt in there. And then also a little bit of anti-seize for preventative maintenance. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out. All right, so I'm just about ready to install this. I always do the 214s first, and then I put the trailing arm up in here. But something you want to be cautious of is, you guys see anything wrong with this? You see how you have more threads than on this side? The problem is when you go to adjust this, you're gonna lose adjustment. These need to be even. So make sure when you guys are installing camber kits, it's even on both sides no matter what. Whether you guys are doing the alignment or if you're having somebody do it for you, it's gonna save you either money or time, because if you bring this like this to somebody and this is too long and they can't get full adjustment out of it, you're gonna get charged for disassembling it, correcting it, so they can properly do your alignment. So be cautious, always set these. It doesn't matter if it's too long, too short, make them even. That's the only thing. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to sit there and count threads, but use your eyeballs. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these installed. I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize. I like to put this, just a dab on it. You don't need a lot. If you put too much, you're gonna end up looking like the Tin Man. This stuff is like brutal. It gets everywhere. Just a little bit. And then once the suspension is all in the car, I kind of do like a eye alignment. I'll basically stand back, I'll set my camber, kind of set the ride height to where it needs to be, and then we have an alignment rack here where I do all of the suspension adjustments. Anybody can just throw something together. But we take pride in the things we do here, like cleaning the bolts and all that stuff. Some people may not even see it, but we know it's there, we know it's done, and that's what counts to us. So I got my trailing arm, got my bolts ready. Whenever you're doing something with a little bit of weight on it, you don't want to lift it up, get it set in, and realize your bolts are on the table, or you don't have a 17 to make it easier to thread in. So I kind of just keep everything within arm's reach. Took me years to learn that. So, go ahead and put this up. All right. A little bit of anti-seize. All right, so trailing arm is up. Everything's tight, everything's at anti-seize. One thing that I did notice that I don't like, two things. Where they have the e-brake running through the trailing arm is incorrect on this one. I'll show you guys here. E-brake's supposed to be through this hole, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect it and then just route it the way it's supposed to be. And another thing is we are replacing rear rotors and pads. Those are a little rusty. All right, so this side is pretty much all done. Got the brake line on, tightened that up, got the clip in, routed the line, nice and clean. Swapped out holes for the e-brake, just little things like that bother me. I like to have things the way they were intended to be. All the bolts are tight, toe adjuster's tight. Ran all, not all, but this side. I don't know if you guys can see the brackets up there with the hardware there. Ran the grommet. I use a little bit of WD-40 just to make it a little bit easier to get the grommet through the body. But that's pretty much it for this side. You guys can kind of see this car is so clean underneath. This is where I take pride, how things come out like this. It looks brand new. So I'm gonna put a little bit of these clips in, not too much, I don't wanna bore you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side done, put the wheels on. So what'd you tell him?
$100 he doing alignment.
I align, the thing is, they got me fucked up over here. I align all these cars. Y'all niggas think y'all's the one that do it? I align everything here.
You're putting yourself on the spot now.
Yo, who's the one with, I'm the one with the tools in here right now.
What's the first step to setting up the car in alignment rack?
You gotta like put it halfway up, almost on the roller, right? And then, well, you gotta put the fucking things on. Fuck you talking about?
We gonna find out, yo.
I don't do alignments. Come on,
bro.
Come on. Hey, I own a rack.
Yo, and if you can't do an alignment, if you can't do the alignment, you gotta pay $100. So it's time to install the shift box. We got a kit from K-Tuned. It's the under tunnel. We wanted to keep the interior kind of clean. So we got a full kit. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I install it. It's pretty simple. There is some cutting involved. They give you the templates, all the hardware you need, and even silicone to seal up the bottom so you don't get any water or debris around the shift box. So let's get started. All right, obviously step one is remove the center console. All this stuff is already out, so that makes it easy. And we're gonna go ahead and cut this section out right there.
We officially got a roller today.
Almost.
Thank God you lost that content from yesterday.
Nah.
Because you had some bullshit going on in the back. You had some camber. This shows all the way inside.
It's all right. I got a picture of that.
Then you lied and you was like, yeah, I got a roller yesterday. I came through. I thought we had a roller until I took the back tire and there was no spindle there.
Yeah. Don't you got alignment to do?
I do alignments, but I did enough work. Check that car. I jacked it up. I put the swap in outside without a lift, too.
Is that why it's overheating?
It ain't overheating. It just got some coolant bubbles.
She's running a little caliente.
And then, look, I put this. You guys missed it, right? I put this subframe and rack in by myself yesterday without you guys' help.
I think my battery's dying.
Oh, it is, right?
All right, so we got our cables, knob, and brand new OEM RSX shift box that, according to the directions, I think it's my first time putting one in. So bear with me. You guys see it right here. 3 simple steps, a couple things to shave. So now I just got to install these 2 supplied Allens right through the factory location of the old shift linkage. All right, so that's the first step. Other than pulling your console out from around the shift box, go ahead and install these, and there's a bracket with 2 nuts that are going to go in through the bottom side, so I'm going to go ahead and lift the car up. All right, so now I have the supplied bracket, and this is going to get attached like so with 2 nuts. I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the exhaust so I have a little bit of room to work. And just like so, bracket's in. It's 2 13 millimeters, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten those up. All right, so now we have the supplied plate, and this is basically going to go right up in here. I'm going to bolt it in, and then I have to put 2 little pilot holes right there, and then I'm going to drill them in, and those bolts are going to drop in through the top. All right, so I got the plate with the 2 10s in the back, and I actually tighten those up because you actually want them to be basically in the final position that they're at, and that's important because you have to drill these 2 holes to get a pilot hole. I'm going to go ahead and drill them from the top down so that I could drop the 10s in from the top, and that will be all secure. The instructions say just a 1/8 inch drill bit. It's really small. You don't need to go crazy. It's just a pilot hole, so then you can figure out exactly where you need to drill from the top. All right, so I don't know if I'll be able to do this with one hand, but yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. Let me just try. Basically just want to drill 1 hole right in the center. There's 2. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull the plate back down so I could drill those holes to the proper size through the top, and I won't damage any threads. So make sure you pull the plate back out, and it needs to come out anyways because I'm going to go ahead and cut out the tunnel, and I need to put the box and the cable. All right, so I thought the holes were going to be somewhere around here, but they're actually, there's one there and one here, and under this carpet there's a little plastic hoop that kind of keeps this plastic up. You can kind of see it right there. So obviously all this stuff's in the way to drill it. I'm going to go ahead and move out the lower console and then remove this plastic piece so I could drill it. All right, console's out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up that just to get this little plastic piece out, and then you can see the 2 holes, one here and one there. Brackets out. Now I can go ahead and drill those 2 holes. Sorry for the mess, this car is all apart. So I went and grabbed a 1/4 inch drill bit, and I'm just gonna go ahead and drill out those 2 holes. All right, so I got the 2 front mounting holes drilled. Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the template And I have to cut out this center section here. It's nice that they give you a template. It makes life a lot easier. Just make sure you measure twice, cut once. All right, so basically I have the template laid in. I'm gonna go ahead and trace out the center section and get ready to cut it out. Got it traced out, kind of a pain in the ass. Not really the straightest line, but I know the general area of where I need to cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this section out. That's cut, so don't get scared. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the box onto the plate and put the cables through the grommets, install the grommet into the bottom plate, and hopefully everything fits. We'll test it out. I think I got the box cut exactly where I need to. I had to shave off here, corner there, there's a tab there. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it on the plate now. Also have the bushings that I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully see if I can get these to work on here. Might have to put washers on top of them, but that's okay, because at least these will keep the box centered. Got the box mounted on, got the billet bushings, and I used washers and the supplied nuts that came with the K-tune plate. Pretty much how we're looking right now. Still don't know, I'm gonna basically test fit it just to make sure these parts that I shaved are shaved enough. It might be all right, but I'm gonna go ahead and find out. So I'm gonna put the car up and then bolt that in and see how it looks. Got the cables and the box all set into the car. I just gotta go ahead and use that black silicone that they give you. Bring the car down and I'll show you guys how it looks up top. The box actually fit really good. Here's how we're looking up top. Like I said, the box fit really good. The template was nice. Overall, this is a really great piece. I really liked it. Really easy to install. Some fabrication, but it's not even bad, as you guys can see. Got the hardware up front, hardware in the back for the plates. I'll go ahead and throw on the center console and the shift knob so you guys can actually see the finished product. Like I said, I'm sorry for the mess in the car. We haven't even started on the interior yet, so it's kind of filthy in here. All right, so I kind of just tossed the armrest. I didn't bolt it in or anything because, like I said, we're not done with the interior. We got to clean it. But overall, this is what you guys get. Really clean. I like that you don't actually see a shift box. We haven't installed one of these ever. We always just throw the shift box plate, shift box on top, and kind of a pain in the ass because you got to run the cables somewhere throughout the car, and if you have heat, you got to drill a hole down there. So under the tunnel box is a great option for sure, especially if you're trying to keep that factory look inside. Well, it's pretty much an end of the day. It's still kind of early, so that's a good thing. We're getting out of here early. I got a bunch of stuff done on the car, not too much done in the engine bay. Front suspension I didn't touch. I got complete rear trailing arms, rear brakes, brake lines, exhaust, all that stuff. I even did the under tunnel shift box from K-tune. That was dope to install. It's my first time installing one. I was really pleased on how that came out and how easy it was. K-tune makes it really easy for you, so shout out to them. So yeah, I'll show you guys what's left for parts. I still got to put the motor. I'll probably end up putting the motor in tomorrow. Yesterday, I lost the footage, which sucks. I did have footage of the transmission still blown apart, but the trans is together. Just got to clean it up, and then we're gonna go ahead and paint that. Once that's painted, the motor is ready to go on. I got to throw a clutch on, and I could butt those two up together. Got to swap out the valve cover, and I think bolt on the intake manifold. Here's the motor here. It's already ready painted, ready to go in. So hopefully, if everything goes smooth tomorrow, which it should, because everything's pretty much done on the chassis, motor will be in tomorrow. I'm really excited to see that motor with that valve cover and the wheels in the bay. Pretty exciting. So tomorrow's gonna be a great day. There's not really much left for parts. It's a small pile now. Got to clean the plastics in the rear. We did send the cage out, or the roll bar. 2 powder coat to match the wheels and the valve cover. Engine bay, looking dope. Really proud of that, how that came out. I'll show you guys the shift box. The car's still filthy inside, so please don't pay any mind to that. It's disgusting in here. Shift box is in. This is just mocked up for now. We got to take it all, clean it, vacuum, full detail, but I like how this came out. It looks stock. Really happy with that. I think that's pretty much a wrap for today. So I guess I'll catch you guys tomorrow. If I haven't already said it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody. I really do. I can't grow this channel without you guys. So I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing on your end. And stay tuned. I'll see you guys tomorrow.